6. Alrighty. Welcome back, everybody, to Speedrun Ragnarok, brought to you by the RPG Valkyries. We're ready for the next run here. I can't wait for this. I'm excited. Let's bring it on over to dijonketchup for DuckTales. Woo!
Hello, I am dijonketchup. This is DuckTales Remastered. It is the 2013 remake of the 1989 NES game, which is based on the 1987 TV series, which is based on a bunch of old comics. So, I've been told that 8-bit music won the bid war, so we're going to put that on. We're going to turn on quick cinemas, because we want to go fast. And time will start when I select easy difficulty. So, 3, 2, 1, go. So, right away, we're starting off with Scrooge's Money Bin, which is the tutorial stage. This stage doesn't exist in the original NES game. It was made as a tutorial for the new version. Which means that the 8-bit music you're hearing was created specifically for this game. They did that for a couple of tracks that didn't have an equivalent in the NES version, which is really cool. But you might notice there's some buttons and empty pages. Because we have quick cinemas on, it skips past a lot of the actual tutorial. So normally Huey, Dewey, and Louie would be trapped in those cages, and you'd have to press buttons to let them out. But this is a pretty straightforward stage. It just kind of gets you used to the controls and how to play. Skip that one right there. I'm surprised I did not take damage there. Usually I have to damage boost through there, but that Beagle Boy is nearly impossible to hit without taking damage. But we're coming up on our first boss here. We got a loading screen. This is Big Time Beagle, who is effectively the leader of the Beagle Boys.
Your safe is securely suspended, son.
We have to take the junk that he throws at us
There
and
you are,
hit it
sir.
with our cane to knock the safe down on his head so that he loses his helmet. The game just lagged there for some reason, so that's cool.
Your safe is securely suspended, son.
He'll be done with shortly.
There you are, sir.
And there we go. That's the end of the money bin stage. So now we're going to start off with the Himalayas, for a reason that I shall explain when we get to it. The Himalayas is my favorite music track in this game and the original. Got some loading screens. So we have to be careful with Scrooge's pogo jump in this stage, because if you pogo jump onto the snow, you get stuck in the snow like I briefly did just there. So that makes the very beginning of this stage a little tricky sometimes, depending on how the enemies want to react. So, in this stage, we have to retrieve 3 parts of Launchpad's airplane that got stolen by some rabbits. And just collected an invincibility token to make a... And if you heard there, we collected one of the parts. But invincibility tokens are only on easy difficulty, and they make you go faster. We're gonna free Bubba, the cave duck. But we'll come back to him in a moment. So we need to go get another part. And I'm gonna take some damage here. Okay, well, the damage didn't matter because I jumped down the cliff. But anyway, it's a small little death warp. So Bubba's gonna help us get through some of these ice blocks we wouldn't be able to break otherwise. So yeah, while he's doing that, we have any donations to read real quick.
Yes, of course. Yeah, we have a donation here, from a $36 donation from our previous runner, Cubs Rule 21, just saying, salami good, trash cans bad, only one thing to do. That is, of course, referencing what our donation incentive for our next run for Duck Detective to knock down all the trash cans. And with that, yeah, we have met the incentive. So, yay, we'll get to see that. I'm excited.
Nice.
But, yeah, I think toss it on back over to you, Dijon.
Yeah. So we got our third part. We just got to make our way back to Launchpad. Being careful here. We're back in the snow. And also there's ice, and ice is slippery. There's a whole lot of hazards in this stage. As one would expect from a video game. So we made it back to Launchpad. And here comes the reason why we do this stage first. This is an RNG fest right here. We have to send these bombs back to Flintheart Longgold in the other plane. And it's RNG whether you get a bomb or a Beagle Boy. And two bombs cannot appear back to back. And I'm getting more Beagle Boys back to back than I would like. So this is why we do the stage early, because this is a big reset point.
This is the craziest flight I've ever flown.
Oh my gosh, please, enough with the Beagle Boys.
No, too many Beagle Boys.
Hurry, you fools! He's catching up.
I think this is the last bomb. Did I count it right? Yep, that's the last one. Alright, so we got rid of Flintheart there. Now we move on to the actual boss of this stage. Oop, almost got knocked off. We're all talking about how old this game is now in chat.
Yeah, I remember being around when it came out, hearing that.
Anyway, we're fighting. We're fighting the Yeti, and not the friendly T-shirt selling Yeti. It's a fairly simple boss. You have to avoid getting stomped on, and she'll make. I think this is. Oh no, I was wrong. Thought that one was gonna go to the middle. It did not. It's kind of similar to the big-time Beagle fight we had in the tutorial. Okay, this one's going to the middle for sure. But yeah. So we just repeat this. One of the things about Easy that's kind of, trying to think of a word. I can't think of a word. But regardless, what I am trying to say is that on harder difficulties, the bosses speed up their pattern as the phase continues. So this would be going fast. This would be a faster boss fight all the boss fights would be faster, actually, if we were playing on a harder difficulty. But easy is kind of the marathon safe category, because usually people run either easy or extreme. And extreme starts you off with 2 lives, and you have no continues and no saves. So if you game over, then that's it. Your run is done. But with that, we have defeated the Himalaya stage and the Yeti. So, just gotta go through some loading screens. Skip some more cutscenes. And we're gonna move on to our second stage. The African Mines. And again, there's a reason that this is the second stage that gets picked. And we'll get to that shortly. Loading screens. Yeah. I keep expecting to hear the modern music, and then the 8-bit plays, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's right. I usually play it with the modern music.
Yeah, we did a really good job with those modern
Yeah.
reinterpretations.
Yeah, the modern soundtrack and, well, the 8-bit tracks that were done to fill in gaps that the NES didn't have is done by Jake Kaufman, known for the this lake, river, or whatever it is. Whatever you call an underground source of water. Alright, made it over that one. That one's tricky. That's gonna be a damage boost. Another good thing about easy difficulty is that everything is only half a heart of damage instead of a full heart. We're on to our next boss here, though. The King of the Terrafermians. The Terrafermians are an underground race from an episode of the TV show who like to roll around and cause earthquakes. So, the King of the Terrafermians will, like, do this cycle where he, like, literally, like, cycles around the screen. And then he can call one of two attacks. It's RNG which order he does it in, but, like, you get both attacks twice, no matter what. So, you've probably seen them both now. They do bear a resemblance to the Blob from A Boy and His Blob, yeah.
You won't beat me.
I didn't get to be number one by back and down.
So we should have one hit left on this guy after his last phase.
Get out,
Alright. And that's the end of the African mines. So, that's 2 stages down. Another fun thing about this game is that it actually features most of the original cast of the TV show. And Alan Young, who voiced Scrooge, was in his 90s at the time that this game was made. And he still, like, did a great performance. But, so if, you know, you like the show, playing through this game with, like, the cutscenes and everything is like playing an original episode or several episodes of the show. So this is the Amazon. Here we have to collect a bunch of these little medallions in order to unlock the second half of the level.
How dare you?
There's an achievement in this game for making it across this whole little underground area only on the pogo stick. It's kind of tricky. Here's our next invincibility medal. Ah, come on. Getting caught on the edge there. So one difference between the original game and this is that in the original game, the invincibility medallions did not increase your speed the way that they do in the remake. So that's a fun little tidbit there for you. And we're almost done collecting medallions. That looks like a very tight, getting around that bee, but as long as you're holding up from the time that that screen loads, you're fine.
Follow that beam of light.
Anyway, this is the built-in water break. Stay hydrated, drink some water. We're just hanging out here. Yeah, if you climb all the way to the top of the little rope from Launchpad's helicopter, you can't be hit by anything, so it's just smooth sailing. So if you're familiar with the NES game, you'll know that if you go up here, there's a warp to the end that does not exist in the remake. So we have to actually go through the rest of the stage instead of warping through past it. Also, in the original game, that statue Xbox 360, PS3, PC, and Wii U. Although the Wii U digital version is no longer available because that shop shut down. The Xbox 360 one is available, but only on the Xbox One and Xbox Series X, S, and the rest of the stages, it doesn't really matter what order it is because there's nothing like RNG or an annoying skip to have to deal with. So I'm just going down the list. Transylvania in the original game is used a lot because not only is there the Transylvania stage, but you have to go back to Transylvania to find the key for the African mines, and the final boss is in Transylvania in the original. Not so much in the remake, but You'll see. So we have to rescue Scrooge's nephews from the Beagle Boys in this stage. I'm also trying to manipulate these ghosts to spawn in high enough that I can just walk under them. So... this version of the game has more tasks that make you play through more of the stages than the NES did. Like, you didn't have to collect the medallions in the Amazon. You... and only one of Scrooge's nephews is kidnapped in the original, and you don't even have to save him. But there's Huey. He's been rescued. Now we gotta go find Dewey and Louie. Ah! Come on. Grab the thing.
Real quick, while you find the other two nephews, is it good if I butt in real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, I just wanted to remind people about some other donation incentives that we have active right now, including for a run coming up a bit later for Alf and E.T. All it says is that they're going to be taking a cat to the moon. I'm not sure the implications of that. I don't know if the cat really likes that, but if you want to see that happen, please make sure you donate. We're still waiting. We need $75 to get that, to send that cat to the moon. And also just a reminder that we do also have prizes available for those who donate. Type ! prizes in the chat if you want to see what's available. Any donations on today will go towards the prizes that are available today, as well as also putting towards the grand prizes that are available all week. But yeah, I'll toss it back over to Dijon.
Awesome. Thanks. We've got more minecarts. Just everyone's favorite video game trope, the minecart. I actually liked the minecart stages in Donkey Kong Country. Those were fun.
Yeah, those are fun.
Alright, here's our third Beagle Boy fight. And it's... alright, so we've rescued all of Scrooge's nephews, so now we just gotta go to the final boss. Well, not the final boss, but the boss of this stage. The non-Beagle Boy boss. This is one place where the extreme run differs greatly. Because there are a lot fewer checkpoints on extreme. So, if you rescue the third nephew and then take a death... oh, did I lose frames? No. Scrooge McDuck is gonna have to rescue the frames too. But anyway, if you take a death there, you get sent back to, like, the beginning of the stage, which is very helpful. It's also very risky because you only get 2 lives. There are some life 1-up collectibles. I cannot remember if they exist. And why did I jump off?
They get rich by being foolish.
This is Magicka Dispel, one of the frequent enemies present in the show. Voiced by June Foray, best known as Rocky the Flying Squirrel and Natasha from Rocky and Bullwinkle. She was also in her 90s when this game was made.
Yeah, it's very cool that they managed to get all those people back.
Yeah. Oh,
This whole game's just a really nice love letter to the DuckTales game, also the cartoon.
yeah, it really is. I think June Foray was also Granny and Witch Hazel in Looney Tunes. Yeah, Magicka Dispel has, like, the longest pattern of all the bosses in this game. Not counting the final boss. The pattern is not nearly as long in the NES version. And that's Transylvania done.
Woo!
Transylvania. Where's Sisylvania, huh? So we got one regular stage left, and that is the moon. Everyone remembers the moon.
Yeah, Moon Theme is just like one of my favorite video game songs ever. It's just so pretty.
I haven't watched the remake show yet, but
It's very good.
I have heard that the moon theme features heavily in it.
Yes, it will not spoil obviously, but it does feature very heavily, and it's very sweet.
Ah.
Obviously, the original 8-bit theme version of this song is great and iconic, but the remastered version was also just really, really good.
Hit a lag spike in the game. I don't know why the game is lagging for me today. It doesn't usually. It's also the Xbox One. So the Xbox One is gonna do what it wants because it's not a very good system. And here's the giant moon rat. He's gonna go get the zoomies whenever we hit him 3 times. Sitting right here is fairly safe. There's only one hole that you have to avoid him coming through. Ah.
I didn't get to to be number one by back and down.
Oh, come on. Why'd you jump on that one?
It's gaining interest. I mean, speed.
And this boss is almost down. And we get our green moon cheese. Because, of course, a rat would be guarding cheese.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. And we are off to the final stage, which is a completely original stage for DuckTales Remastered. This, instead of just going back to Transylvania to fight the final boss, Mount Vesuvius. Do you have anything to say right now?
Yeah, just gonna shout out our charity again. We're raising money all week for Take This. Take This is a mental health nonprofit, and their main mission is to inform the gaming community about mental health issues, provide education on different disorders and prevention techniques, and reduce the overall stigma around mental illness. Just all your donations this week go towards a great cause, and also maybe some great prizes and some cool incentives. So please be sure to get your donations in. Thank you.
You go first.
It's so satisfying to do those jumps. And
Hurry up, I'm growing old. Just not as old as you.
I'm going as fast as I can.
I love the banter back and forth between Scrooge and Blonde Gold.
Watch where you're putting that thing, Scroogey.
It's gaining interest. I mean, speed.
I'm gonna just play this one safe.
Coming
You can, like, jump around and jump on top of that boulder, but I don't feel like...
There you go, you
Yeah.
old killer.
I'm helping like you asked. Quit complaining.
Ah, dang it. Missed that cycle, too. And we got another mine card. Woo! Woo! Woo!
Hell yeah!
Get a move on.
Second, I thought I wasn't gonna make that jump.
Nearly lost my hat on that one. Nearly lost my hat on that one. Plant one. Onward and upward.
I haven't dropped any more frames, so if we're losing frames again, that's not me. Yeah. God, that's such a tight jump. It scares me every time.
I'm a busy duck.
Watch that
Gotta have a
has
little
been
excitement, you
first,
know?
Alright, here's our final boss fight. Dracula Duck. I just jumped over the bat. That's embarrassing. But Dracula Duck, not to be confused with Count Duckula, which is a Filmation property. Ah, really? So, with the phases of this boss, there's 3 different potions that Magicka can throw into the cauldron. The red one is the one we want to see the least because it takes the most time. I call it the Space Invader bats.
I didn't get rich by being foolish.
Give me.
Okay,
ultimate
green.
power.
Green is good.
Breath is worse than his bite.
Green one is the easiest one to do. It's not the fastest. The orange one is the fastest, but the orange one can also be... Really? Come back here, bat. At the very least, if you miss the hit on Dracula Duck, you don't have to do an extra phase. Okay, here's the orange one.
Bite his neck.
Okay. So you're not supposed to get up on top of his beak. And if you do, the game gets a little confused and just does a couple of hits and skips the rest of the phase, which makes it the fastest. So unlike the fight with the King of the Terry Permians, you're not guaranteed to get an equal number of all of the different phases. Although it sure does seem like it's trying to give us that. Concentrating a bit here. The thing with the bats is it's at least predictable that it'll go left, right, left, right, left, right for the,
Interfering old bat.
Okay, yeah, we got 2 of each. There... Oh, okay, I still got up there, but I took some damage. And I got an extra hit. But that's fine. Alright. And now, now we're playing Super Metroid, and we have to escape.
Up I go.
There are no animals to save, though. Oh, come on.
Well, I guess Scrooge is an animal. Right? So we saved
Well,
himself.
Look, if we want to get that kind of philosophical about this, we'd be here all day. Like, why is Goofy a dog and sentient, but Pluto is not?
Yeah.
Up I
Yeah.
go. On.
Do a couple little skips with this.
Onward and upward.
We're almost there, and time.
Woo! GG.
Get us out of here, Launchpad.
Because Goofy wears pants. If Pluto wore pants, how would he wear them?
Yeah, like all 4 bottom legs, or like up the bottom. Yeah.
It was real swelly. Give Glum Gold a lift home, Mr.
That-
McD.
Yep, that's DuckTales Remastered.
Aye. I'll
Yeah,
put it on your
great
bill,
man.
Flint.
Dijon, any
You
shout outs you
can
want
pay
to
me
give?
back in, say, 3
Huh?
to 5 years.
Shoutouts to RPG
With interest,
Valkyries.
of course.
You know,
I'll
woo
get you for
us.
this, Muck
Yay.
Duck. Mark
If
my words.
you want to watch me stream, I'm over at
Now,
dijonketchup.
there's a sight I never got tired
My-
of. Come on,
I
lads,
stream
let's
very